passionate today because Nate Buzolic just drove from the set where he's working to join us here in Atlanta to discuss this issue. Nate, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And as we saw in this piece, you've been with this organization from the beginning, but what more can you tell us about Janita's story?
Yeah, well, Janita's story is a really powerful one. First of all, it tells us that human trafficking is not only happening internationally, but it's also happening here in America. And that's the sort of most alarming thing. You know, generally when you talk to most people, they think that slavery has been abolished, but it hasn't, and it's happening every day in the shadows, and that's what End It Movement's all about. We're trying to bring this to light. And the other important thing about her story is that there's about restoration, that there are lives that need to be saved. And, you know, if it wasn't for organizations that we've partnered with End It Movement, she wouldn't have those resources and that possibility of seeing that sort of life change.
Let's talk more about the help that you provide, because you're here in Atlanta, you know, as an actor filming for your show, The Originals, but you have this huge online following. I looked through it, more than 600,000 plus followers on Instagram, 400,000 plus on Twitter, 350,000 plus on Facebook. Do you feel a sense of responsibility to use that access, that following, to do something good, and is that why you're so passionate about this?
Yes and no. Look, it's great when you know, global influencers that do have that sort of following on Instagram and social media can use their voice for something good. But what I've found that's the most important thing is we all have a world that we interact with. You know, you don't need to be, you know, a global influencer to make a presence. You just got to be able to affect the people that you surround every single day. We had our National Day, which was on the 25th of February this year, which just passed. And, you know, it was less about me posting things on my Instagram as it was about connecting with the people that I see every single day to inform them that, you know, slavery is real. It's the worst we've ever had in history. It's estimated we have 27 million slaves in the world in 167 different countries. 167 different countries, and most people don't know that. And, you know, what we need is everybody to start talking about this, everybody to be informed, and it's really about awareness. So before any action can be taken, people need to know, and that's what, you know, End It Movement is all about.
And what do you say to some of the critics? I mean, I've noticed that there's a lot of young people getting behind this, there's a lot of college campuses where this is popular, but you always get these critics who say this is just social media activism, hashtag activism, and it isn't really effective. How do you respond to that?
Well, I say go to the, you know, to the organizations that we work with. Go check out, you know, International Justice Mission's website, you know, Exodus Road. These are the organizations that are on the front line, and they're fighting slavery every single day, and it will only take you about 10 minutes to see real faces and real stories and real people who've been rescued from this, you know, atrocity that's happening in our world. And that's what's really, really important. And, you know, most people can say, well, 27 million people, how are we ever going to stop it? You know, and my argument to them is, look, I might not be able to change the world, but I can change the world for one person. And if I can do that one person at a time, then we can make change.
Well, it's an incredible effort that you're undertaking with this organization. CNN also has the Freedom Project. Our viewers can head to cnn.com/freedom. Where should people head if they want to participate?
Yeah, so you can jump on the End It Movement website, which is enditmovement.com. We have links to all our coalition partners. There's 16 there, and you can get as much information there as you need. We'd be happy for people to get more involved throughout the year, you know, spread awareness. You can donate, you can buy merchandise there, so you can start the conversation. People might say, hey, what's the Red X mean? And you can go straight into the conversation about, you know, modern day slavery and how we're going to try and end it.
Well, I appreciate you coming in to talk about this. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.